Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Your Own Precon, where I'm going to show you about the base of a deck, give you the budget, and we're going to shoot for $45. So we've got $42.50 right now. That gives you about $250 to work around the budget, and if you want to cut cards to save that budget, do so as you please. So today's commander is Myrkul, Lord of Bones, 7 mana, 7/5, has indestructible if your life is equal to or less than 20, and then whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you exile it and create an enchantment that's a copy but loses its creature type. The partner is Umori, so all of our cards have to share a card type, so everything in the deck is a creature, um, and then creature spells are going to cost one less while it's out. So we still can use some quote-unquote spells. We have the adventures off of adventure cards, so like Giant Killer is a kill spell and a creature, so it's fine, it works into the deck. We have things like Mana Dorks, because even once they die, you can you can tap the enchantment for mana still, and it's just very consistent. Spore Frog can be sacrificed, it'll come back, you can sacrifice it again. Viscera Seer, so certain pieces you're gonna want to sacrifice so that they become enchantments, and scrying is gonna help you get through the deck. Blood Artist is gonna help since the deck is like 70 some, 60 some creatures. Cankerbloom is artifact enchantment removal, and then you can do it twice because it's gonna come back. Devoted Druid, so once it becomes an enchantment, after it's killed the first time, the -1/-1 counters won't matter. So it can infinitely tap and untap itself for infinite green mana. Druid of the Cowl is a mana dork. Elvish Visionary's draw. Fauna Shaman is going to let you search for important creature cards like Devoted Druid that are going to go infinite. High Priest of Penance is whenever it's dealt damage, you can destroy a non-land permanent, so it's going to act like removal. The deck doesn't really have removal since it's all creatures, so you have to do the best with what you have. Leafkin, Naga Vitalist are both mana dorks. Oreskos Explorer, you'll get that X Planes, and then if it dies and you still have less lands, you're going to be able to search for more planes because it's going to ETB again. Outland Liberator is another one of those enchantment and artifact removal. Same with Qasali Pridemage. Sakura-Tribe Elder is going to ramp you, and then if you do have Myrkul out, you can sacrifice it twice for 2 basic lands. Selfless Spirit is going to be protection from board wipe. Again, you can do it twice because you have Myrkul. Shepherd of the Flock is going to help you recur something from your graveyard. No, not from your graveyard. Sorry, back to your hand if you need a double ETB trigger. Spirit Companion is a draw. Wall of Blossoms, Wall of Omens are all draws. Again, they'll be doubled up once they die. Callous Bloodmage can be a draw. It can be graveyard hate, and it can be an extra body depending on what you need. Stinger is draw, and you're going to be sacrificing some of your creatures anyway. Fertilid is going to help you ramp, and then once it dies, it's going to come back. Glissa Sunslayer is a good threat on board. It can help you draw, it can help remove things, and then First Strike Death Touch means unless the opponent's creature also has First Strike, it's going to kill anything that it hits, so it's just generally positive. Grim Guardian is going to help you benefit off your creatures coming back as enchantments, so every time one dies, it's going to burn your opponents. Hamlet Vanguard has 2 +1/+1 counters on it for each non-token human you control. The deck plays a number of humans. I feel like there was some other reason it's in the deck that's going to come up later, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on it. Heartwood Storyteller, so whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, each of that player's opponents may draw a card. You have no non-creature spells, so you're not going to be proccing this, but you're going to be drawing on your opponent's turn and stuff. Hornet Nest is just a good blocker. It's going to create insect tokens, inspiring Overseers a draw. Cabal is going to punish your opponents, so it's just a general hate piece. Night of Autumn is removal. It's a threat if you need to be a threat, and it can gain you life if you need life. Llanowar Visionary is a mana dork, and it draws a card. Manglehorn destroys artifacts and slows down like treasure token strategies and mana rocks, that sort of thing. Murderous Rider is murder on a creature, so If you need to, you can destroy something with it. Phyrexian Rager's card draw, Reclamation Sage's removal, Shambling Suit, all of your creatures are going to turn into enchantments, so it can get really big. Skullport Merchant is going to create that treasure, which is nice, and then it also has the option to draw you cards. Yavimaya Druid, so it's going to ramp you, and then it'll come back. Yavimaya Elder, again, is a ramp. Ajani's Chosen is going to be benefiting whenever you're creating those enchantments. So if you wanted to, you could have like Viscera Seer and Ajani's Chosen, sack your board, and then have everything come back as enchantments, create a whole bunch with Ajani's Chosen. Yeah, stuff like that. Archon of Sun's Grace is going to, again, proc on those enchantment enters. So if you want to clear your field, Beast Whisperer is going to let you draw because, well, creature's the only type in the deck. So Eidolon of Blossoms is also a draw, since all your creatures are coming back as enchantments. Kozilek's Predator is going to put more bodies on the board. It's a good effect to have doubled up, and then you can sacrifice those bodies for mana if you need it. Mages of the Order will help you search for cards like specifically Devoted Druid. Ondu Giant is going to be ramp. Ravenous Chupacabra is removal. Solemn Simulacrum's ramp and a card draw once it dies. Yasharn is kind of like a hate piece and ramp. Cataclysmic Gearhulk is probably one of the only real board wipe opportunities you have. Silverback Elder is removal and can help you get more creatures, more lands onto the battlefield. Brutalizer Exarch is going to search your library for creatures. Magister of Worth can bring back your creatures and or wipe the board. Pegasus Guardian is going to let you flicker. Rampaging Baloths is bodies, and it can help your board get big. Beanstalk Giant is a ramp card. Realm Cloak Giant is a board wipe. Enray's Forerunner is probably going to help. It's how you're going to finish off your games. A lot of like precon commander decks will have a secondary commander or partners. So Corridor Ghost Chieftain is probably going to be the secondary for this deck if you wanted to switch up Myrkul. So you're not going to get that enchantment synergy. However, it's going to let you recast your creatures for value, which might be what the deck needs considering it's all creatures. Primeval Protector is a top end and can be a good way to finish games. Land-based wise, Ash Barrens, Blast Zone, Blossoming Sands, Bonder's Enclave, Botanical Plaza, Caves of Koilos, Concealed Courtyard, Command Tower, Cryptic Caves, Evolving Wilds, Forests, Fortified Village, Grove of the Guardian, Jungle Hollow, Llanowar Waste, Necroblossom Snarl, Plains, Sandstep Citadel, Scored Barrens, Shine Shadow Snarl, Skemfar Elder Hall, Stirring Wildwood, Sungrass Prairie, Swamp, Temple of Malady, Temple of Silence. So the lands are trying to help make up for some of the cards. Like, theoretically, you could kill something with Skemfar, or you have Blast Zone to wipe the field. This is another threat if you need it. You have Cryptic Caves that you can sacrifice to draw a card if you need. Bonder's Enclave can help you draw, because the deck is going to have a little bit of trouble getting through consistency. Like a test hand here, probably go something like Sandstep Citadel turn 1, turn 2, go to like probably Temple of Malady Scry. Probably want that on. We'll just say that's on the bottom of the library. Go to turn 3, maybe Swamp, Inspiring Overseer, draw a card, gain a life. Botanical Plaza in tapped. Go with that. Qasali Pridemage. It's gonna have trouble getting to your commander. And overall, it's a very gimmicky deck. I don't think I would overall recommend it, but hey, it's an interesting build. You know, try it out if you want something different. Definitely fill in that budget because I feel like there's a lot of room for it to improve. A lot of the cards, I think I was overtuning the draw because I thought it wasn't drawing enough, but it's... Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Peace.